Preparations are already underway for next week's Jasper Strassenfest. More on what's going on the square. Plus, Huntingburg's Denny Spinner joins me for tonight's edition of Monday with the Mayor, and we bring you scenes from last week's Du Bois County 4-H Fair tonight on Inform. All of that and much more is up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Hello, I'm Bradford Raths. We begin with tragedy in Orange County as a West Baden man died this morning from injuries sustained in a rollover crash. Indiana State Police say around 7:20 a.m., 28-year-old Garrett Blake Allen was traveling eastbound on State Road 56 in a Sterling dump truck when he drove off of the south edge of the roadway on French Lick Hill for an unknown reason. He was unable to steer his truck back onto the road. Police say this caused the vehicle to slide down a ditch line, overturn, and hit a tree. Allen was pronounced dead at the scene by the Orange County Coroner's Office. The truck was partially loaded with soil, which spilled into the ditch line. Police say Allen was not wearing his seatbelt at the time of the crash. Vehicle recovery crews remained on scene for a couple of hours after the accident, attempting to remove the truck. Indiana State Police were assisted on scene by the French Lick Police and Fire Departments, Orange County Coroner's Office, Orange County Rural Fire Department, and IU Health EMS. In other news this evening, a report from an off-duty Huntingburg police officer led to the arrest of a Newburgh man on a felony battery charge. Just before 2 p.m. yesterday, Huntingburg police received a call from an off-duty officer about a possible battery taking place in a vehicle that was going south on US 231 from State Road 162. The officer saw a male driver swinging at and appearing to hit a passenger that was sitting right behind him. While he was following the vehicle, the officer said the young male attempted getting out of the vehicle while it was stopped in order to avoid being hit again. Police then pulled the vehicle over west of the city lake, and officers detained the driver pending investigation. Police found that the driver, 43-year-old Andres Solis, had used a USB cord to hit the 13-year-old boy. The boy received a welt on his wrist from the incident. Solis was then taken to the Huntingburg Police Department for further questioning. After that questioning, he was lodged in the Du Bois County Security Center on a level 5 felony for battery. The Du Bois County Sheriff's Department also assisted. A pair of Jasper teens were among 17 students to be recognized by Lieutenant Governor Sue Ellspermann for their efforts in a statewide contest aimed at curbing texting while driving. 19-year-olds Austin Huffman and Logan Schraring were honored during a ceremony held Friday afternoon at the State House. The two teens created a 6-second video through the social media platform Vine as part of the Drive Now, Text Later contest. Other students from across the state submitted tweets, photos, and other items to urge their peers to avoid texting while driving. The winners of the Drive Now, Text Later contest will have $5,000 deposited into state 529 college savings accounts that were created for them. College and high school students were awarded the scholarships based on the number of tweets, likes on Instagram, creative use of Vine, and other social media metrics. Ellspermann noted that texting drivers are 23 times more likely to get into an accident than someone who isn't texting. This contest was paid for with a federal grant. Well, the Jasper Strassenfest is still a week away, but if you drove through the downtown square today, you wouldn't know it. This morning, workers from Jasper Lumber began unloading the pieces for this year's main and west stages along with the sound booth. The trailer was delivered last night. Work this morning focused on the main stage as crews began putting that stage together. Gary Schnell is the entertainment coordinator for the Strassenfest. He says all of the help with putting the stage together certainly makes a difference.
Couldn't do it without all the great help, the committee and all the help throughout the cities, employees help, and all the sponsors that we have to put this festival on.
Schnell says the stages and a sound booth will likely be completely set up by late in the day on Wednesday or by noon on Thursday. The other booths will be set up early next week. This year's Strassenfest kicks off next Thursday evening with the opening ceremonies. The fest will feature 12 new entertainment acts this year and will run through Sunday, August 3rd. Indiana State Police now have both men in custody in connection with the killing of a 54-year-old Greene County man. 35-year-old Jason Lee Caldwell was arrested just before 4 o'clock this morning by Indianapolis police, while state police arrested 41-year-old Kevin Caldwell yesterday evening. The two men were wanted in connection with the death of David Lamb of Salisbury. Lamb's body was found in his residence in the 8700 block of Ingram Road near Newark on Saturday afternoon. The cause of Lamb's death has not been released by authorities as of this point. Both men were wanted on warrants out of Greene County on unrelated charges. Jason Caldwell is listed as a sexually violent predator on Greene County's Sex and Violent Offender Registry website. He was convicted of sexual battery in Morgan County in April of 1997 and sentenced to serve 1 year. He was later convicted of child molesting in Morgan County in April of 2012 and sentenced to serve 7 years with the State Department of Corrections. Caldwell also has a lengthy criminal history which includes battery, burglary, and theft. Finally this evening, the State Board of Animal Health has voted to adopt standards that align Indiana with a federal livestock identification program aimed at helping agriculture officials quickly track livestock in cases of disease. Indiana State veterinarian Brett Marsh says the state will start its new livestock identification and documentation requirements on January 1st. He says the program will make it easier to track the movement of animals and minimize the impact of high-consequence diseases such as bovine tuberculosis or foot and mouth disease. Under the new laws, beef and dairy cattle owners must utilize one of 3 forms of official tags, and producers must keep records of all purchases, sales, leases, and movements of cattle and bison for 5 years. All right, coming up after the break, Huntingburg's Denny Spenner joins me for Monday with the Mayor, plus your local forecast. Bill Potter is in for Kurt Guxell with sports, and scenes from the Du Bois County 4-H Fair. That's all up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Local people watching local people.